Before you even open your eyes in the morning, there's this entire hidden world of technology that's already been working for hours just to make your day possible. Our lives are just completely wrapped up in innovation. And today, we're going to pull back that curtain and meet the invisible engineers who make it all happen. So let's follow the science that shapes a typical day.
Think about it for a second. What's powering your world before you've even had that first sip of coffee? It seems like a simple question, right? But the answer? Well, it pulls back the curtain on this huge, hidden network of engineering that runs our lives. From the electricity humming in your walls to the clean water in your tap, this network has been on the job all night. Let's dig in and see what's really going on behind the scenes.
All right, our journey kicks off with the very first moment of your day, the second you wake up. Instantly, you're surrounded by tech. A lot of it we just take for granted. But what's actually inside these gadgets that get our modern lives started? Chances are the very first thing you reach for is your smartphone. This little rectangle of glass and metal in your hand, it's our gateway for today. And it's so much more than a phone. It's this incredible testament to the genius of countless engineers, starting with the people who designed its very heart. So who are these people? They're electronics engineers. Now that sounds pretty broad, and that's because it is. These are the architects of the invisible world that lives inside our devices. They're working on everything from the tiniest, most powerful microprocessors to the really complex circuits that bring your screen to life. And their work goes way, way beyond the phone in your hand. They're the ones designing the complex systems in our cars, the life-saving technology in hospitals, and this massive array of sensors that are making our cities and our homes smarter every single day.
But here's the thing, it's rarely just one device working alone anymore, is it? Your phone talks to your watch, which connects to your headphones. This whole interconnected web is what we call the Internet of Things, or IoT. And it's the IoT engineers who are the masterminds building this seamless network, basically teaching our gadgets how to talk to each other.
Okay, so we've got the brains of the device, all the electronics. But what about the physical body? What is this thing actually made of? Your phone has over 60 different chemical elements inside it. And to figure out where they come from, we have to go way deeper, into the world of metals. Every single piece of metal in your phone or in your car or even your coffee machine, it all started as just a rock, buried deep in the earth. Extractive metallurgy is that crucial and frankly often overlooked science of turning that raw ore into the pure materials that literally build our modern world. So how do they do it? Well, metallurgists basically have three main tools in their toolbox. First, there's pyrometallurgy, which uses crazy high temperatures. Think blast furnaces making steel. Then you've got hydrometallurgy, which uses chemical solutions to dissolve and pull out precious metals like gold. And finally, electrometallurgy, which zaps materials with powerful electric currents to create metals like aluminum. Without these core processes, the raw materials for our electronics, they just wouldn't exist, period.
Okay, so we've got the brains, and we've got the raw materials. But where do these two things come together to create the finished product? Well, for that, we have to step inside the modern smart factory. A place that honestly looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, and it's all driven by the incredible power of automation.
This whole idea of automation isn't new at all. The dream is ancient, from automatic doors in ancient Greece to James Watt's governor for steam engines. But the real game changer, the pivotal moment, came in 1968 with the invention of the PLC. This thing brought serious computer control to the factory floor, and it totally paved the way for the hyper-connected, AI-driven Industry 4.0 we see today. The PLC is the absolute unsung hero of modern manufacturing. The best way to think about it is like the central nervous system of the entire factory. It's this super rugged, specialized computer that takes a program and then just precisely controls every machine, every robot, every single step of the process. It's the brain of the whole operation. And the way it works is this really elegant, high-speed loop. First, it gets data from inputs, say a sensor that confirms a car door is in the right position. Second, its CPU, its brain, processes that info based on its program. And finally, it sends a command to an output, telling a robotic arm, okay, perform the weld. Inputs, processing, outputs. Over and over, thousands of times a minute, without ever getting tired. It's amazing.
Now, a factory packed with powerful, fast-moving robots, it brings up a pretty important question, doesn't it? How do we keep the human workers safe who are right there alongside them? And this brings us to our final group of invisible engineers, the industrial safety professionals.
Industrial hygiene and safety, or IHS, is basically the science of seeing the future, of anticipating, recognizing, and controlling hazards in the workplace. These experts have one single, absolutely vital mission: to make sure that every single person who helps build our world gets to go home safely at the end of the day. And their goals are huge. It's not just about preventing a big, dramatic accident. It's about protecting long-term health, making sure all the laws are followed, and even making the whole place run better. Because here's the bottom line: a safe factory is a productive factory.
These professionals are trained to see danger everywhere. They look beyond the obvious stuff, like chemical spills or a machine breaking down. They're analyzing physical risks, like noise levels that are too high, and even ergonomic issues. Like a workstation that's designed poorly and causes back strain over time. Their job is to spot every single potential danger and then figure out a way to fix it.
So, let's zoom all the way back out. We've gone from a tiny microchip to a massive mine. From a single line of code to a giant assembly line. We've met all these unsung experts who make it happen. What does it all mean when you put the pieces together?
The big takeaway here is that none of these fields exist in a bubble. The electronics engineer is counting on the metallurgist to get the right materials. The automation expert is building on top of their work. And the safety professional is watching over all of them. It's this incredible, interconnected collaboration that actually builds the world we live in every single day.
Every single object around you tells a story of human ingenuity. These invisible engineers, they're not just shaping our present, they're building our future, right now. And as they keep solving the next big challenges, the real question for all of us is, what part will we play in building that future?